Can the ISO stand up to the MAC-10? Let's find out.
Hacker. Oh, dude, I don't. Puta.
RTV for resupply.
Puta, por revivir. Mal.
Okay, so we are on the official Infinity Ward website, and this is the patch notes for December 15th. If you go down to the bottom, it says for weapons, they increased the damage range for the Fennec and the ISO. So they did buff the ISO. Assault, dude. There are a few videos popping up on YouTube now saying that the ISO after the buff is insane. The ISO just got a buff and it is cracked. It's gonna cook eggs for you in the morning. It'll pay your bills. And sorry to break it to you guys, but this is not it. Now, don't get me wrong. There are footage of people using this thing and they are absolutely slaying with it, but they're just cracked. I think those guys are just really good players. I consider myself an average player, and compared to the MAC-10, the MAC-10 just does everything that this weapon can do and does it better. Keep in mind that I've never used this weapon before, so maybe before the buff to the damage range, this weapon was just absolute trash, and maybe now people are just excited that it is usable, because it is a good weapon. It's usable, but like I said, in the hands of an average player like myself, the MAC-10 will just outperform this weapon all the time. And I started this thing, like I said, at level 2, and I maxed it up to level 55, so I've spent some time behind this thing. And the feel of these two weapons in those closer engagements, they feel extremely similar. If the MAC-10 didn't exist, this would definitely be one of my go-tos, but because the fire rate in the MAC-10 is so much higher, you really just need to be on target for that split second it takes to erase your enemy's health bar, whereas with this weapon, you have to be more finessed with your shots. I got like 4 dubs now with the stoner and MAC-10 combo. This combo, I used the stoner and this, so the only thing I changed was the SMG, and I just could not get a dub. 9 times out of 10 I would go up against a MAC-10 or a FFAR, and both those weapons just destroy me at close range while I'm using this ISO. The one thing I can say that this does better than the MAC-10 is the hip fire. I believe if you throw on the Merc foregrip here for the hip fire accuracy, you sacrifice the optic. I personally don't like the iron sights on this thing. I do need the red dot to make this thing usable for me, but you can sacrifice that, throw on that 50 round mag. I believe the Nightshade messes up the hip fire, so all you really need is the monolithic suppressor. And of course, for the hip fire, you gotta throw in a laser. And I believe you can either do the collapsible stock, or people prefer the sleight of hand. You can switch that out for the sleight of hand, and you will have yourself a hip fire laser. It's a decent weapon, but in the end, MAC-10 is king, and I don't see it going anywhere anytime soon. And if you guys want to see the actual weapon being used in Warzone, here's a little run I had where I did pretty well. The engagements were about 30 meters out, and I think it showcases the ISO's range pretty well.
Gas is moving in. Safe zone close.
Ah.
I really wanted to like this weapon. I honestly did. This and the FAL came in the first bundle I ever got, and everything about it I think is amazing. The tracer rounds, the soul killing effect it has, it's very subtle, but I like it. If you do want to try it out for yourself, you absolutely do need the 50 round mag, which is, I believe, is unlocked at level 38. And hopefully you guys found this video informative. I am planning on making another video on how to fight a riot shielder. I primarily, in my early days, did use the riot shield a lot, so I have some good tips. I've died a lot with the riot shield, and I know how to defeat them. So if you are interested in that, then subscribe, like the video, and I'll see you guys in the next one.